Hey everyone, I am Jessica from Willow Vines Intuitive Vibes, and I'm here to share a message, is what I want to say. I do kind of feel like it's a reading. I do have cards pulled and stuff, but I'm not really getting into that right now. But anyways, please like, comment, share, and don't forget to subscribe to join the tribe. I know I've lost some people because I'm not on here 24/7 like I used to be, but when messages are important and when they decide to come through, that's when they should come through. It shouldn't be forced or just like um, meant to meet a quota, I guess. So I'll just go with the flow with things when it comes to that, because I'm not going to force a reading if I'm not in the energy or not feeling a certain way, or if I got a lot going on, because I don't want my life to bleed into something for somebody else. So the reason why I back off for a little while is because either I'm sick, super fucking busy, got a lot going on, or my energy is just funky chicken. It happens to the best of us. So I want to do the best for you, and I hope you understand. And if you don't, that's cool too. Just check in if you want. It is what it is. So, all right. A lot of you know that a lot has been going on just recently with my granddaughter. She is in the children's hospital and it's been pretty chaotic. There's an orb. I wasn't even going to do this video tonight, but I don't know. I did a lot of cleaning and organizing, and when I got home and I'm like, for some reason, I'm strongly feeling this. So I'm going to share it. Okay. So a lot has been going on, and you guys don't really know what's going on, like diagnosis-wise, because we don't know what's going on diagnosis-wise, which is why I didn't really want to mention anything. My daughter hasn't either, because we don't want to worry anyone until we know. The only thing that we know at this time is she was 100%, 100% diagnosed with reflux, which could be a big reason as to why she can't keep things down and why she's losing weight. But we have multiple things going on. So we have solved one issue. And I know this firsthand because I went down to x-ray and was there and witnessed it, saw the imagery of her stomach and everything when the radiologist was there explaining everything. So, because my daughter needed a break and she needed to take a shower, and she asked if I would go down with her, and I did. So I know that firsthand from the doctor themselves. We just don't know the game plan moving forward yet with that. But anyways, I just want to say where she's at is so amazing. Because, this is a very difficult time for my daughter. It's a difficult time for all of us, but, she's her mom. So, as a parent, if you are one, when something is going on with your child, it's like, it's devastating. It can be the end of the world sometimes, depending on what's going on. Or if you don't know, the not knowing is the worst. And then when you do know, if it's severe, it's like, what the fuck. I'm not saying that's what's going on with her at this time because we don't know yet. So I'm not going further into that, but there's other tests going on and stuff. So I will update everyone when we know and go from there. But my daughter's been very stressed emotionally, physically, mentally. She's exhausted. She's tired. She hasn't been sleeping because obviously she's staying there. Those beds suck at the hospital. Plus, when Lillian is screaming her ass off, you can't sleep, and she's getting frustrated. That's totally normal. 1000% normal. Her bawling her eyes out here and there is fucking normal. Her being strong is great. And she has been strong. She has been putting on a brave face and just doing what she needs to do. She's pushing through no matter how difficult it is. And I applaud her for that. I'm so proud of her for that. That shows how much of a good mother she is, at least in my eyes. So anyways, she was talking to me about how she's struggling because I'm not there right now. And I can't hold her hand through everything. I have been there. I've been there every fucking day, all day long. I mean, Last night, I didn't even get home until fucking midnight because I wanted to make sure Lillian had whatever test she was going to have for the day, and I wanted to make sure she pulled through, everything was great, and that Emma was settled before I left because I care, and I wanted to make sure that my daughter was good, my granddaughter was good, and I pounded coffee after coffee, and I was to the point where I said, hopefully this doesn't take too much longer because I don't know if I'll make it home. I was that fucking tired. I did, obviously. Here I am. But anyways, and I made it back there again today, and Emma's father came too, and it was a good day. We spent like 5-6 hours there after trying to find parking. Jesus Christ. Parking was the worst. Actually, the hospital sucks. It's like a fucking maze. Trying to find your way through that place, especially last night, I was like, where the hell am I? It took me a half hour to find my car. I couldn't remember where the hell I parked. It was bad. But anyways, that's just a funny little side note, I guess. So tonight we were talking, and she was talking about how tired she is and how frustrated she is. And she's not mad at Lillian. She's not frustrated with Lillian, even though what she's doing is frustrating. She's just exhausted, stressed, and we all have a breaking point. And she's just like, I'm sick of being alone. I don't know what to do here. And I'm not there. And of course, Emma's my baby, so I'm like, fuck, I never should have left. I should have stayed tonight. Like, I should just be there holding her hand through everything. But as parents, we can't always do that. And that's a lesson for us because we got to teach our kids to be independent and go through those things. I mean, I've gone through it as a parent with both my children, and I went through it with the twins. I didn't have help always, actually the majority of the time I didn't, and that's the fucking truth. Yes, I've had help, so I'm not saying there was no help. I'm just saying I've done a lot myself in moments where it was extremely difficult for me. I mean, for fuck's sake, one time I was so sick, like literally sick and tired, and just, oh my God, when the twins were infants, they were probably 2-3 months old. They were little, like Lillian. She's only a month old. Poor little baby going through all this bullshit that young. And I know kids go through worse at birth. It's every situation's different, and it's not about comparison. It's just your journey, and sometimes it fucking blows. I don't know, because it just makes me want to talk about a woman I spoke to today who is in the same hospital where her son, this is the second time his cancer's come back, and it's like, I don't want to compare pain or issues, but fuck, like that breaks my heart. I don't know how some people deal with certain things, and I'm sure there's a lot of people who go, oh my God, I can't believe Jessica's gone through all of this, had to deal with blah, 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 blah. That's a drop in the hat. The shit I've gone through, the shit I've had to deal with or manage, is nothing in comparison to some people's difficulties. So this isn't a comparison video. It's a heartfelt one, and I feel for those who deal with these difficulties or worse. It sucks. It fucking sucks. But I've stayed strong through this. I've tried. I haven't broke down yet, but I'm the type of person, at least now, before I wasn't, I'm the type of person where I deal with it, I stay strong, and then I cry later, Before I just bawl like a bitch and I couldn't handle anything. I've grown, that's for sure, throughout my life, because I don't know, I wouldn't have been able to handle serious things in the past. I'm not going to say recent past, but in the past. And it's very different now. It's a learning curve. And I don't know. I feel like if I need to be present, if I need to be there, if I need to be there for somebody else, especially, I'll put on that strong face and I will be your motherfucking rock until you move and don't need me anymore. And then I'll have my moment, That's just how I am. I'm not saying that's correct. I'm not saying that everyone should do that. I'm just saying that's how I am. And I was kind of trained that way, being on the fire department and seeing shitty things. Um, and just dealing with issues myself in my own life. You separate yourself, which is why the medical staff can do what they do, because they do the same thing. I'm going to say this wrong, compartmentalize. There we go. Things. They separate themselves. But anyways, my daughter had told me that she was basically like having a bad one. She didn't want to be by herself because everything was really hard. And I know why. She's just extremely exhausted on many platforms. So I called over there discreetly. She'll see this eventually, but I'm going to tell her tomorrow. I just didn't want her to know tonight because I didn't want her to be like, oh, my mom called, whatever. I wanted her to legitimately get rest and be okay, because that's what you do when you're a mom. She's there helping her baby, and I might not be right there in person, but I'm fucking helping her too. And to some, it might sound controlling, but it's not. I let her make all the decisions she wants. She does what she does with her daughter. And in this situation, like, when I was there, she was given, like, when the doctors were talking to her about whatever the hell they were talking about at any given time, she'd always look to me and be like, Mom, what do I do? And I would always tell her, Lillian is your daughter. What do you feel you should do? I don't know. And then I would just give her advice and be like, it's your choice. Like, this is your decision. It's not my decision. I have no rights in that, for one, legally speaking. I'm glad she seeks advice in me. It shows that she trusts me, but it's not about that. It's about her making these choices for herself. And I know the only reason she hesitates is because she doesn't want to be wrong. But guess what? We are wrong sometimes. Just go off from your gut, how you feel, especially with your own kids. Because that's all I did. It's fucking trial and error. There's no handbook, just saying. But anyways, I wanted to help her. So I called over there and I told them to be discreet. And I told them that what she told me. And I was like, you can do what you want with this information, but just please help my daughter. This is all new to her. Obviously, she's a new mom. And she's doing extremely well, but she's tired. She needs help. Please help her. And they did. They are, is what I want to say, because the last message I got from Emma was her telling me goodnight, because she's going to sleep while Lillian's sleeping, and that the nurses told her when Lillian wakes up to get them, and they will handle her, deal with her until she's good while Emma sleeps. All I wanted. That place is amazing. I'm just gonna say, because they're not only taking care of my grandbaby, and they're doing an amazing job with it. Like, they're very thorough, but they're taking care of my baby too, and that's what I want. I'm just saying. So everyone's good as of now, and I'll hopefully, fingers crossed, know more tomorrow of what's going on. But I just want to say, really listen to yourself. Really listen to your intuition. If you feel like you should speak up, if you feel like you should do something, fucking do it. Even if you question it, because I did sit back and question it, because I don't want to be an overbearing parent. I don't want to be that person, which is why I back off a lot. Because I do things a certain way and Emma does things a different way. I do things a certain way and my sister does things a different way, But it doesn't make it wrong. It just means we do things differently, because as long as the kids in both situations are happy, healthy, and fucking safe, that's all that matters. And clean. I'm sorry, clean too. Clean clothes, clean face, no rashes, that type of shit. As long as they're taken care of. I don't give a shit how the fuck someone parents, as long as that shit is met. The child's needs are met, basically. And with both cases, that's what's happening. So I'm totally fine with it. And before, my past self would be like, you're not doing it my way. And it wouldn't be a judgy thing. It would, well, it kind of is, but it wouldn't be like in a kind of way. It would be in a, you're not doing it right kind of way. Like it has to be done my way. I did think that way at one time. I'm not going to sit here and fucking lie about it. I did. Um, I've judged other people because of it, but it's not about how you do things. It's about if it's getting done. You know what I mean? If you're accomplishing those goals. There's more than one way to skin a cat. So, I don't know. I must be saying this for somebody else as well. Because now I'm drawing a fucking blank. It's almost like I said what I needed to say. Because I had so much more to say. Oh, the other thing I do want to mention, I guess on a personal note, is like before all this shit unfolded, we did, I can't remember the name of the test. Well, it's like a questionnaire type test, because we have child developmental services involved with the twins, and they were awesome with Hero in the beginning to get him, to get his gross motor skills moving forward because he was severely delayed. He wouldn't even roll over when he was supposed to and stuff like that. And um, they were awesome with the exercises and teaching Heather and I how to work with him to get him motivated to get him to figure it out. And that's actually what got him, standing up and crawling, then standing, pulling himself up to stand, and then walking. Like he went boom 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 so fast the second he realized what he was capable of and how to do it. So it was a great program. And they've been re-referred through the pediatrician to them because we have concerns of autism, which I've spoken about on here before. I don't think I've actually spoken about it, but I've put it in my comments, my community tab or whatever. I've written about it. I've had my concerns. I think I've spoken about it here and there, and I've been concerned. I've always been concerned. Not since they were newborns, but it was weird. When they were like a month old, I was worried about that with Hero, but not Link. Because Link was hitting all his milestones. Like, he was just like, wham, wham, wham. Just gross motor skills, right on the fucking money. Maybe even beforehand. Like, he was just like, whoom. He zoomed through that shit. And Hero was falling behind. So I was like focused on him because I was concerned. I'm like, you're delayed, And we got him right up to speed. And now that he's up to speed, cognitively, Hero is going further than Link. Link kind of went vroom with his gross motor skills and then nothing. He's in his own little world all the time. It's very hard to interact with him. I mean, you can play with him and stuff if you know him. If you don't know him, he won't go anywhere near you. Just saying. But anyways, we did that test. It's begins with an M. I don't know. The pediatrician hasn't done that test yet because they're not 18 months, but CDS will start it at 16 months, and they're 17 months and haven't had their next doctor's appointment yet. So we went through that actually the day that Lillian was admitted to the hospital that morning, and they both score extremely high risk for autism. So they're going to get a referral to a psychiatrist for further evaluation for an actual diagnosis and game plan, basically. And they test for other things with the psychiatrist too. And the only good thing about this is that it's happening at this age, that they're on the ball, that they're actually moving this forward so we can figure out what's truly going on and then have a game plan for them. Because they are transitioning to their mother's house, and yeah, I know she'll keep me in the loop and I'll be there to support everything because I've been there this whole time. But there's a lot more to come with that. It's heartbreaking, but it's good news too, because people are recognizing these problems, which brings me to, I just want to put a shout out to Dr. Sunday. I know you guys don't know who that is. I'm not going to say where she works or anything because, this shit goes everywhere. But She's an amazing pediatrician. She's the twins pediatrician and she's Lillian's pediatrician. And I just want to say that she fucking listens. She is the only doctor that I have ever spoken to where when I bring concerns to her, she pays attention enough to look further into it because she knows that parents see their kids all the time. You know, that they know more than the doctor does that sees them once a month, once a year, whatever, which is amazing because I've had really shitty experiences personally with doctors. They don't listen. They just don't. And it would piss me off to the point where I'm like, I don't care if I'm dying in bed. I ain't fucking going nowhere because you guys won't believe me. I've literally felt that. I still feel that way, honestly, about myself. So if something bad does happen, you know, I guess I'm just going to have faith. But regardless, I know that's kind of a shitty outlook, but I feel like she is an amazing doctor. And I'm so thankful that the people I love the most are under her care. My oldest nephew's under her care as well. My kids are adults, so they can't go to a pediatrician anymore. But I'm not gonna say I wish they had her because their pediatrician was pretty great too when they were little. So I didn't have any problems with her. But we didn't have any major issues like this. And anything major that happened with my kids, mainly my daughter, was handled. It was taken seriously, which was great. But I don't know. I'm just really thankful right now. I know that sounds fucked up with everything that's going on, all these changes and problems, but I'm thankful. I just am. I'm thankful that everyone's okay, that things are working out. Even if they don't always go according to plan or how we expect things to unfold, I'm still thankful for it. I'm going to cry just thinking about it because, you know, there's someone in my world who looks at this stuff very negatively. Like, whenever I would mention autism or issues with the twins, it was always the bearer of bad news. Like, why would you say that kind of thing? I'm not saying it to be cruel. I'm not saying it to be mean. I'm bringing it to everyone's attention because if there is a problem, the earlier you catch that shit, the better off you are. Just like with diseases or illnesses or whatever's. The earlier you get diagnosed or catch something, the better off you are. So, like with autism, the earlier they're diagnosed, the better off they are because we can get them the help they need so that they will learn to talk because neither one of them speak. They will learn to socialize, at least to some extent. They'll learn to have a life, which is why I think I felt it so early on because I have said it time and time and time again. And now that they're way behind, basically, people are noticing. I've always said it. And it's not because I'm psychic. Yes, I have those abilities, but I just always had this feeling for one. And the feeling led me to look up signs and symptoms, which is what made me notice. And what's fucked up here is there was something going on with Hero at one point, and I started doing research based off from what I was kind of feeling. And it turned out not to be that for him, but I'm just like, okay, whatever, because I research shit all the time. I look shit up all the time. It pertains to my granddaughter, who wasn't even a thought in anyone's mind at the time, you know. My daughter wasn't even pregnant. But the research I did then just stuck with me, I guess. And I noticed it in her. And I'm like, something's wrong. I remember this. Something's wrong. So it's almost like spirit led me to do that. It's just like a series of events that just lead up to certain things, you know? Always listen to yourself. Even if you have no clue why the fuck you're looking into something, why you're taking notes on whatever, why you're seeing certain signs. It might not make sense, but it will. And it's leading me to this card. knowing heart. Your heart fucking knows, even if your mind doesn't. Heed your intuition. Listen to your intuition. Deep spiritual awakening underway. I was gonna say underfoot. Same fucking thing. But anyways, really listen to yourself, because some of the things that you're led to don't make a lick of sense in the moment. And then you go, I'm really glad I looked into that. Or that makes perfect sense as to why that was coming up for me, kind of thing. Which, too, the last reading I did was on January 22nd. It just uploaded today, which is the 24th, I think. I put the 25th on the calendar. I'm ahead of the game, apparently. I don't fucking know. So maybe some of you are ahead of the game because you're listening to your intuition. But regardless, if you made it this far, here's your story. Here's what's going on for you and what you need to know. If you haven't made it this far, you're not going to know what the fuck I'm talking about. Just saying, because you're not here. So bye, bye, bye. But bye, 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 bye. We're going back in the past. Could be some people from the past that ain't around anymore. Listen to your intuition with past people is what I want to say. But anyways, in that reading, I was wearing the But Did You Die sweatshirt. And I'm drawing a blank because I keep sidetracking myself with details. That could be significant for some of you, especially pertaining to science and information. Don't sidetrack yourself because of details. That might be the overall shit that's most important. The devil's in the details sometimes, just saying, which is what we get hung up on. But anyways, where was I going with that? Oh, I kept picking up on, towards the end of the video, middle, I don't know, somewhere in there, I was picking up on the jealousy, the evil eye, and someone said in hoodoo voodoo someone's way, is what I said, which is just shit intentions, regardless of if you practice or not. And what's fucked up is today I was bored and I was just like, listening. I wasn't bored. I was waiting for the dryer to be done and I was just waiting. I was in my little waiting mode. So I was listening to a couple different readings. I didn't finish them all because they just weren't for me, but for some reason they popped up. So I'm like, oh, what's this about? And I'm telling you, even just listening a few minutes in, they were talking about the same fucking crap I was talking about in that video. And I hadn't watched shit before I recorded that. And these people had just uploaded their videos, so it's not like it was a copycat thing. And I'm like, alrighty, why are we picking up on the same fucking bullshit? Which happens a lot, especially with readers that I pay attention to. I tend to pick up on the same fucking shit that they're picking up on because we're in the same energy. Which is why that happens, and I know it because I'm not sitting here blaming anyone for copying me because they're not, and I'm not copying them either. It's like about timing. But listen to your intuition. There's someone who's not happy with you. I don't know why, though. Like, you're probably better than them, I'm just going to say. Because they can't do what you do, no matter what that is. It could be, you know, your intuition is stronger than theirs. You're a better reader than them. You know, something along those lines. Or you're just better at something than them. You're a better parent. You're a better person. You're a better artist. It doesn't matter what you're doing. You're better than this person in their eyes. I'm not saying that that's fact. Could be. I'm just saying that's how they view you, which is why they're jealous. So whoever is feeling that way needs to take a step back and check themselves before they wreck themselves, but they probably won't. They probably won't. So if anyone comes at you, I don't feel like this will really be direct. It could be. It depends on the person, but it feels like an indirect thing, you know, like slander, gossip, whispering about somebody, talk shit about you behind your back kind of thing. Like, did you know so-and-so's doing this? Did you know that so-and-so, whatever, or this is their past? Painting a shitty picture. Somebody's going to try to paint a shitty picture of you. Stay lighthearted. Don't feed into it. Because this is passionate heart. Use your voice to wake up others in a positive way. But, sometimes negativity and gossip and bullshit can be a way to wake up others as well. Because when someone spews bullshit out their face and they're cruel, it paints a picture of themselves, for one, maybe not in the moment. Might not make sense as to why someone's blah, 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 but it will later. And other people will notice, like, wait a minute. I heard what you said. I believed what you said. But now, it doesn't make any fucking sense. Why'd you say that? That's a tower moment for someone, because something that someone said is going to backfire on them, especially if it's negative. If you have nothing to hide, it ain't going to backfire on you, because the truth is the truth, and that's just the fucking truth, and there's no way to explain it any other way, because it is what it is. When it's a lie, there's a million and one bullshit explanations as to why someone says something, as to what they meant. Oh, I didn't mean it this way, I meant it that way. That kind of crap. That's all bullshit. Because the truth is the truth. So, for example, if someone came to you and said, does my ass look fat in these jeans? And you were a truth teller, say this is the truth of the matter, and it does look fat, and you go, yes, it does. And that's not just my opinion, it does. Those jeans just don't fit you right. Maybe get a different size, wear something else, whatever. That is mean, yet to say, but it's the truth. The truth doesn't always feel good, but it's the truth. Instead of someone going, oh, no, you look fucking great. You should wear a crop top, too. Let your muffin top hang out for the world to see, because who gives a shit? Do you, boo? That's someone that pretty much wants other people to make fun of you, for one, or they're very insecure and they don't want to admit the truth to you. But then when other people are talking or looking or whatever, and that person's noticing, like, wait a minute, I don't think I feel that great in this outfit now because of this attention. You go back to that person and they'll be like, well, I didn't tell you to go in public like that. I just told you didn't look fat. Like, they make excuses because they don't want to be in the spotlight for the bullshit they said. I know that was a weird example, but it's simple, so that's why I said it. So anyways, this next card, 333, is significant. Betrayed heart, as I'm talking about, is your ass fat. Risk opening up to life and love. Risk opening up. Speaking the fucking truth. A lot of people do fear that, because we don't want to hurt other people's feelings, or we don't want to be judged for our opinions, or it's not really opinion based if it's the truth. I'm just saying, because it would just be like everyone would think this kind of thing. So this has nothing to do with your opinions. Has to do with facts. Opening up about factual information can be difficult sometimes, because it does hurt other people's feelings. Because not everyone can face the truth. Not everyone can overlook it and be like, that might be the truth. Okay, so if it's bad, like, say whatever this truth is negative towards you. If you're coming from a healed place, you're not going to take offense. You're going to go like, okay, yep, well, that's the fucking truth. What am I going to do about it? If I don't like it, what am I going to do about it to change it? If I love it, great, let's keep it the same. You know what I mean? But a lot of people don't look in the mirror and go, what can I do to change this for my situation, for myself? No matter what the hell we're talking about, because weight is just not what we're talking about. That was just an easy example. But someone is saying bad shit, and you know it. Music is significant here as well. I don't know why. I'm going to pull one card on the music card. Music could be coming up for some of you, certain songs. Because I don't feel like the type of music you listen to is significant here. This feels like there's certain songs that might be randomly popping up for you, no matter where. And they're significant. So, let's see. What's up with music, please? The Five of Pentacles reversed. It might help you come out of a sense of sadness, depending on the songs. Or that's what Spirit's trying to guide you towards, is some uplifting music. To uplift yourself, basically. Yeah, healing. It's like trying to teach you something. Music is teaching you something. How to come out of a sense of lack. There could be a music teacher in here as well. That's significant. Eight of Pentacles. Something to do with a song. I don't know what the song is, but it's significant to you. So it's different songs for everyone. I'm coming out. It's like I want the world to know what the fuck's going on. Music will soothe your soul is what I want to say, because it feels like there's something here, like lyrics are teaching you, are helping you figure out what you need to work on. There's random songs. They're random. It's random. Pay attention to how you feel with certain music as well. So, yeah, this is perfect, actually. So, for example, say there's like a breakup song that comes on, no matter what genre, it's just a breakup song. And you're listening to it, and you jam out to it, you like it. Who do you think of when that song comes on? It's a breakup song. Who do you think of? How does it make you feel? Why are you going back to those memories? Why are you feeling that way? Address that. That's what Spirit's trying to show. Spirit's trying to show you something in that way, no matter what the song is or what it's about. Like, how does that song make you feel, and why? Ask yourself why, because that's Spirit's way of showing you what to work on, what you need to work on. Yeah, so there's a significance with music. But anyways, I love you guys so much. I'll talk to you soon. This was just kind of a random dandum thing. I just wanted to come on and say whatever, I guess. But have a good night, and I'll talk to you probably tomorrow, hopefully.